All right, guys, getting real close to wrapping it up. I'm going to do a little bit of this worksheet with you. You're doing evens one day, odds another. Odds first, evens second, I believe is what it was set up as. So I'm just going to try and do one of each type of problem with you, which will take care of some of your homework. So do this along with me so that you know what's going on. And if you have questions, we can address those in our Zoom this week before you need to take your test. All right. So the first one, solve each system by graphing, and then tell one solution, infinitely many, or no solution from that. I should have left blanks down here for those answers, but I didn't. But you can just write that in wherever. So for the first line, I'm going to try and color code a little bit. So this will be purple, and this will be green. So for the purple line, your y-intercept, if you recall, the y-intercept is always the standalone number, the constant, so that's going to be 1. And then the slope is always the number that is the coefficient to the x, so your slope there is 5. And then for line 2, so the green one here, your y-intercept would be a -2. And your slope would be 5. So just looking at that right now, you should be seeing that we have different y-intercepts, but the same slope. And remember, same slope means parallel, so your answer should be no solution on this, but let me just show you why. So with a y-intercept of 1, that's going to go here, and then a slope of 5 is up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1, which would put me right here. So here's our first line. Okay, our second line, the green line, a y-intercept of -2 and a slope of 5, so up 5 over 1. And it's maybe a little hard to tell that mine are parallel just because I'm not using a straight edge, but that would be your graph. And then you would say this is no solution. If there is a solution, you're just going to name the point. So if they meet at a point, name what point they meet at. Okay? So that's the first type of problem. Second type of problem is substitution. And remember, with substitution, you are trying to isolate a variable. So I'll just give you a quick heads up here. Number 4 already has a variable isolated. Number 5 has 2 variables isolated. So I'm actually going to do number 6 with you so we can figure out the best way to isolate a variable here. I would probably do the top equation and solve for y. So if right now it's 2x equals y minus 4, I would just add 4. So y is equal to 2x plus 4. That way I can take that, 2x plus 4, and put it in place of the y in our second equation. So this is going to be -3 times 2x plus 4. Okay, so this right here goes right here, equals x minus 5. So I'm going to distribute this. -6x minus 12 equals x minus 5. We're going to add 6x. So this is 7x. We're going to add 5. So this is -7, and there is an equal sign between. So we divide by 7, and we get x equals -1. Okay, now we have -1 for our x. We need to know what y is, and if I were you, I would take that -1 and I would plug it in right here. So y is equal to 2 times -1 plus 4. So y equals -2 plus 4, which means y is 2. So our answer then is the point -1, 2. Okay. So that is one of the substitution problems. And then we'll do one of the elimination problems, and I'll let you look at those 10 and 11 on your own just to see if you can come up with some reasoning there. So for elimination, remember, you want things to be opposites. Number 7 already has that, the 2 and the -2, y. Number 8 doesn't, but you can just multiply the top equation I'll let you figure out by what on your own. And then number 9 also doesn't, but you can just multiply one equation there also. So I'm going to do number 9 with you. I would multiply my top equation. Maybe you have this already. What would you multiply that top equation by? Multiply the whole thing by 2, right? So I'm going to distribute that 2 to everything. So it's going to be 6x plus 10y, excuse me, equals, and then 2 times a negative 18 is a negative 36. Okay, so now I'm not using this one anymore because I changed it to this one, and I have opposite y values, so we're going to be adding these together. 4x plus 6x is 10x. That cancels out negative 10y plus 10y, so that's gone, equals, and then negative 24 plus a negative 36 is going to be a negative 60, and we're going to solve for x by dividing by 10. So x equals negative 6. Okay, and then we're going to plug back in to solve for y. And again, you can plug into any of the first 3 equations. Let's see, what's probably our easiest? I'm going to do it with that first one. I'm going to do this one. So 3 times negative 6, we plug in our x value, plus 5y equals negative 18. So I'm going to multiply this, negative 18 plus 5y equals negative 18. We're going to add 18. So this is 0 equals 5y. And then your last step is to divide by 5. Well, 0 divided by anything is just 0. So your answer is the point negative 6, 0. Okay, so that's a little bit of everything. I'll let you finish the rest of it on your own. Let me know if you have any questions. We will be doing a Zoom, and I will answer any questions there, or you can email me.